in lime soda process, we will be using the two elements, that is lime in the hydrated form, that is CaOH2, and soda. Soda will be designated as Na2CO3. Here we are going to remove the hardness caused by calcium and magnesium that is associated with sulfates and the chlorides. Now calcium bicarbonates, that is CaHCO3 twice, associated with is going to react with the lime. The moment we are going to add this lime in water, it is going to remove this calcium bicarbonate. It is going to convert it into CaCO3, which is going to be collected downside as a precipitate along with liberating having water. Okay, then magnesium bicarbonate, okay, it is going to react with the lime that is added in water. It is going to give you calcium bicarbonate along with MgOH2, that is magnesium hydroxide. Again magnesium hydroxide, it is going to be collected down as a precipitate. Now magnesium carbonate, that is magnesium carbonate reacts with the lime. This is the part of magnesium carbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. So for reaction number 1 and 2, it is related with the temporary hardness, because the calcium and magnesium carbonates and bicarbonates we are going to remove. So magnesium bicarbonate, it is going to react with the lime. It is going to form the magnesium hydroxide and calcium carbonate. So whatever the precipitate, whatever we are going to form, we are going to remove it by the process of sedimentation. Now here comes the main part of your lime soda process, the MgCl2, which is going to cause you the permanent hardness. It is going to react with the calcium hydroxide. It is going to give you the MgOH2, which is going to getting precipitated, right? Then it is going to form it is going to give you CaCl2. So in the MgOH2 is here, it has been collected as a precipitate. This we are going to remove by the sedimentation process, and CaCl2, which is going to cause permanent hardness. Here it is the reactions regarding with this will continue in equation number 6 and 6. Okay, so CaCl2 we have still not completely removed from water. It is still there in this particular water. Okay, now MgSO4, magnesium sulfate, it is going to react with CaOH2 and it is going to give you the magnesium hydroxide and it is going to give you CaCl2. So this two reactions, magnesium chloride and magnesium sulfate, it is going to give you calcium chloride. In both the reaction, it is going to give magnesium hydroxide, which is going to be get precipitated, and CaCl2, it will be still there in the water. We will be having, we are going to remove this by using the soda. Now next process is we are going to have the bicarbonate, right? Your calcium bicarbonate, your carbon dioxide, it is going to react with the CaOH2. It is going to form the CaCO3, which is going to be collected as a precipitate, right? And then it is going to give you the water. Now the CaCl2, that here in the equation 3 and 4 which was there, CaCl2 was remaining, MgOH2 was getting settled down, right? This CaCl2 we have to remove. In order to remove this CaCl2, that is calcium chloride, what we are going to use? We are going to use the soda. Okay, so when calcium chloride is reacted with the soda, we are going to get CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate, along with the NaCl. Okay, then this calcium sulfate, that calcium sulfate again it reacts with Na2CO3. It is going to give you calcium carbonate and it is going to give you Na2SO4. Okay, so whatever the precipitate, the down arrow mark, whatever it shows, it is going to be the collected as a precipitate. It is going to removed by the sedimentation process. Now you may ask that still this sodium chloride and sodium sulfate, that is the sodium salt, still it is there in the water. Okay, these are still it is there, but these are soluble in water, but they do not cause any objectionable problem which is going to cause a problem in the softening process. Most of the calcium carbonate and the magnesium hydroxide which is formed, it is going to be get precipitated. We are going to remove it by the sedimentation process. However, the little quantity may remain in the form of the particles. It may cause the problem like incrustation of the filter media. Now, to prevent this, to prevent incrustation, we are going to have the recarbonation process. That is, the calcium carbonate, whatever it is there in the water, it may cause the problem of incrustation. Now, incrustation is nothing but I have told you in the pipeline, if these carbonates, it is calcium and magnesium, it is there in the water, it is going to be accumulated on the walls of the boilers. So it is going to boilers or the water lines, it is going to cause the incrustation. So in order to reduce this incrustation, or that is going to happen due to the presence of calcium or magnesium carbonates or magnesium carbonate, what we are going to use is we are going to use the recarbonation process. That means we are allowing the water to react with the CO2, right? We are going to have calcium, we are going to have the calcium bicarbonate which is in the form of soluble, and the magnesium hydroxide, that magnesium hydroxide that it has been precipitated, it will be still there in the water. We are going to have the recarbonation process and we are going to cause the magnesium carbonate. So calcium bicarbonate, calcium or magnesium carbonate and magnesium bicarbonate, it is going to cause the temporary hardness. So permanent hardness we are going to remove, but the temporary hardness, it will be still there in the water. So in the lime soda process, we are having one disadvantage is we are not going to get the carbon, we are not going to get a zero hardness water. Now we are going to concentrate regarding the advantages of lime soda and the disadvantages of lime soda process. It is economical. For lime soda process is most economical. It can be combined with usual water treatment methods without extra cost. Means we are going to, don't require any other different special treatment for the softening. We can carry out with the normal treatment itself. Combination of soda and lime makes the less utilization of the coagulant that is required for the sedimentation process. It increases the pH of water, which reduces the corrosive effect which is going to occur in the boiler or the water lines. It helps in killing some bacteria. It helps in reducing total mineral content in water. Okay. It helps in removing iron and manganese content from water. Disadvantages: it requires the large amount of sludge formation will be there. It is going to form the large amount of sludge as the sedimentation process will be there, as there is a Ca, CO3 and all will be getting formed. We are going to get a large amount of sludge formation will be there. The careful operation and the skilled supervision is required. We cannot have this with the normal sedimentation process and all. We cannot have it. For this we require a very skilled supervision. Then the process does not give zero hardness, because it will be having the calcium bicarbonate and calcium magnesium carbonates in it. So it gives you a little bit of hardness. We cannot get the zero hardness water. Next process is the method of removal of permanent hardness is zeolite process. We also call this particular process as cation exchange process. Zeolites are the natural salts or the clays which are having the hydrated silicates of sodium, aluminium, having the general formula, that is Na2O Al2O3, that is, it is going to have the sodium, aluminium, and it is going to have the silica. So it is going to have the general formula Na2O Al2O3 X and Si2O Y H2O, where the usual value of X is 2 or more and that of Y value is the ranging the amounts. Naturally occurring zeolites like substances can also be manufactured synthetically, and this is also be called as the resins. Zeolite or resins have the excellent property, this particular zeolite is having an excellent property of exchanging their cations, and hence during the softening operation the sodium ions is having the getting replaced by the calcium or magnesium ion, that is sodium and calcium ions present in the hard water. This is Na2 is going to be replaced with this calcium and magnesium. So now the Z stands for the complex zeolite radical, that is this Al2O3X. This is this is the notation for this Z. So sodium zeolite, that is sodium zeolite, when it going to react with the bicarbonate, sulfate and chloride, that is sulfates and chloride, these are the calcium, magnesium, sulfates and chlorides, will be causing you the permanent hardness when these is going to react with the sodium zeolite. As I have told, it is the sodium is having the capacity to react with the sulfates and chloride. It is going to form the sodium bicarbonates, that is sodium sulfates, and then chlorides. It is going to form the calcium and magnesium zeolite. So this particular calcium and magnesium zeolite, it is going to be treated, regenerated into active sodium zeolite by treating with the 5 to 10% of sodium chloride. The exchange reactions can be represented as it is going to form the Na2Z, that is sodium zeolite and calcium and magnesium chloride, that can be removed. So calcium and magnesium chloride that can be removed by this particular zeolite process. The hard water, now we are going to have one particular diagram for this. Here in this particular diagram we are going to have, this is nothing but called as the sectional view of the zeolite exchanger. So here what is going to happen is, the hard water which has to be treated, it is going to enter into this particular zeolite exchanger or cation anion exchanger, right? It is going to pass. Here we can see the bed of zeolite. So here the zeolite bed will be there. What it is going to do is, whatever the elements which is going to cause the permanent hardness, it is going to be absorbed. And the zeolite, in order to have this zeolite regeneration, we are going to react this particular, in order to have the regeneration, we are going to give the brine solution, that is nothing but the salt solution will be passed from this particular tank. So here we are going to give the, in order to have the zeolite regeneration, we are going to give the sodium, that is the salt water we are going to give. So here the water is going to pass from this particular zeolite bed. The elements, that is the sulfates and nitrates are associated with the calcium and magnesium, will be getting absorbed here, and it is going to give you the water which is free from the calcium and magnesium associated with the chlorides and the sulfates. We are going to get here, we are going to get the filtered water. The rate of filtration for this zeolite bed is 100 to 300 liters per square meter per minute, and these are having the depths of 0.75 meter to 2 meter. We can see the advantages and disadvantages of the zeolite process. The water of zero hardness can be obtained. Okay. Then the plant is compact, automatic and easy to operate. This particular plant is easy to operate, compact. Okay. Then no sludge is formed, as in case of your lime soda process. Here there is no sludge formation will be there. Then the RMO means the maintenance, operations and the running cost will be less. Then it removes the iron and manganese from water, and there will be, as there is a problem in case of your lime soda process, there is no incrustation problem will be there in case of the zeolite process. Disadvantages: not suitable for too much turbid water, leaves the sodium bicarbonate which causes the foaming in boilers, and it is a little bit costlier. So these are the some of the advantages and disadvantages process. So we have completed the softening process of water, that is the process of removal of temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Temporary hardness by using the boiling and the lime, and then permanent hardness zeolite process and lime soda process. We have completed the softening of water. In the next class we will be discussing regarding the fluoridation and defluoridation technique.